Look at your calendar. It's December 29th, 2 days until it's 2026. Now I want you to think back to January 1st, 2025. Where were you? What did you promise yourself at that time? And here's the most uncomfortable question for you. Are you any different than you were 365 days ago? I'm not talking about being 2 years older. I'm talking about actual, measurable change. Because here's what nobody wants to admit. Most of us just lived through an entire year and we are standing in the exact same spot we were in January 2025. Same job, same habits, same body, same bank account statement, or same bank account status, just older. And if that stings a little bit, that's good because that sting is your wake up call before 2026 becomes another year you look back on with nothing to show for it. Give me your next 18 minutes and I'm going to give you the only system you need to make 2026 completely different. I'm not going to give you a motivation speech. I'm not going to give you inspirational crap. I'm going to give you a proven system. Here's what I've learned after working with hundreds of entrepreneurs who are successful in their craft, in their business, who actually transform their lives versus those who just talk about it. The people who change are not more disciplined than you, by the way. They are not smarter than you, also. They don't have more time. They don't have better genetics or richer parents or easier lives, whatever the crap that you're thinking. They just stop doing one thing, which you need to stop also. They stopped starting over. Think about it. How many times have you started your fitness journey? How many times have you decided to finally build that business, but you never do anything about it? How many Monday mornings have you told yourself, this week will be different? Starting is easy. That's why everyone does it, and they do it very frequently. The game is not won by people who get excited on January 1st. It's won by people who are still showing up on March 23rd, on June 17th, or on November 10th. People who understand that consistency is crucial. And here's the part that's going to change everything for you. Those people are not showing up because they are more motivated than you. They are showing up because they have built a system that makes showing up automatic. Motivation is what gets you to buy the gym membership. Systems are what get you to the gym when it's raining, when you feel tired, when your name is being called by the Netflix. So let me be crystal clear about something. If you are waiting to feel ready or get motivated or find your why, you have already lost 2026 too, just the way you lost 2025. Because the version of you that achieves your goal does not exist yet. And they never will if you keep waiting for permission to start becoming them. What I'm about to share with you is not theory, it's not story. This is the exact framework, exact system that helped me take my agency to six-figure income in just 11 months when I started it in 2019. I call it the three levers system, and it's built on one simple truth. You don't need to change everything. You need to change three things that change everything else. Lever 1, the identity reset. Most people try to change their behavior. Top performers change their identity first. Lever 2, the 90-day obsession. Forget yearly goals. The magic happens in 90-day sprints with singular focus. Lever 3, the cost filter. Everything and everyone in your life either brings you closer to your goals or cost you your future. These three levers, when pulled together, create what I call inevitable moment, where success stops being something you chase and starts being something you cannot avoid. Now, here's where most self help content fails you. They tell you what you need to do, but not how to actually implement it when life really gets messy. So, I'm going to break down each lever with the exact tactics, exact steps you can start implementing today, not someday, today, that will make your 2026 the year you finally become unrecognizable. So, are you ready? Let's talk about lever 1, the identity reset. Close your eyes for a second. Don't just imagine it, actually do it. Close your eyes for a second. Now, picture the version of you that has already achieved everything you want in 2026. That version exists somewhere in the future. What do they believe about themselves? Here's what I can promise you, they don't say, I should work out. No, they say, I am someone who trains consistently or regularly. They don't say, I need to save money. They say, I'm financially disciplined. They don't say, I try to be consistent. They say, I follow through. Did you see the difference? The words you use to describe yourself are not just language, they are prophecy. They define your thinking, the way you think. Every single action you take is a vote you cast for the person you are becoming. And right now, if you are honest with yourself, you might be voting for someone you don't want to be. The identity reset has three steps. Here's how you can execute the identity reset and each step of it. Step 1, the brutal audit. I want you to pull out your phone right now. Look at your screen time from last week, not your memory of it, the actual data which you can find in your phone settings. Now I want you to look at your calendar from last week. Where did your time actually go? Now check your bank statement. Where did your money go? Did you notice? These three things, your attention, your time, and your money, they don't lie. They show you who you actually are, not who you tell yourself you are. If your goal is to build a business, but you spend 15 hours on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram Reels, and 0 hours learning business skills that can upscale your business, you are not an aspiring entrepreneur or businessman. You are a consumer pretending to be a creator or entrepreneur. And that's okay, but only if you are honest about it, because you cannot change what you won't acknowledge. Step 2 of identity reset is the single identity swap. Don't try to become 10 new people at once. That's wrong way to do anything. Pick one identity shift for the next 90 days. No, I want to be a successful. That's too vague. Instead, say, I am someone who creates value every single day, or I am someone who protects my health like my life depends on it, or I am someone who keeps my word to myself. I want you to write it down, whatever that new identity you want to create for yourself. Put it down on your mirror, make it your phone wallpaper. And here's the most critical part, every decision you make for yourself in the next 90 days, you have to ask yourself one question. Is this what a successful entrepreneur would do? You can replace successful entrepreneur with the identity that you are targeting or that you want to make for yourself. The person who has apps does not debate whether to order dessert or not. The person who builds wealth does not justify buying things that they cannot afford. The person who is respected does not tolerate disrespect just to keep the peace. Step 3 of identity reset is the 48-hour rule. This is how you cement your new identity. This is how you keep your promise. For the first 48 hours after you decide on your new identity shift, you have to act on it immediately. Don't wait for next Monday. Don't wait for feeling ready. Don't wait until conditions are perfect, because they never will. Because here's what happens in those first 48 hours. Your brain is watching to see if you are serious about your new identity shift. If you declare I'm someone who takes care of their body and then immediately go crush a workout, eat a clean meal, and get a good sleep, your brain starts to believe you. But if you declare it and then do nothing about it, your brain starts to believe you then too. Your brain files it away with all other broken promises you have made to yourself, and your self respect takes another hit. It falls even lower. Self respect is not a feeling, it's a system of keeping promises to yourself. Every time you break a promise you have made to yourself, you make your self respect go lower. If you want your self respect to be high, to be more confident, keep your promises that you make to yourself. Let's talk about lever 2, the 90-day obsession. Forget about your annual goals. Seriously, just throw them out. You know what kills more dreams than anything else? The timeline. People set goals like I want to make 100k dollar this year, or I want to lose 50 pounds this year. And you know what happens in real? January they are excited, February they are trying. By March they are already so far behind in their annual goal or in their annual target that it feels impossible. So they quit, or the goal just simply fades away. Here's the brutal truth: 90 days is enough time to transform your life if you are obsessed enough. And it's short enough that you can actually maintain the intensity without burning out. The 90-day obsession blueprint has 3 phases to it, and I will explain each phase in detail to you. The phase 1 is all about the single target. You are going to pick one outcome that matters more than anything else for the next 90 days. That's all, only one target. Not 3 goals, not 5 areas of your life, just one core target. And it needs to be specific enough that on day 90, there's no debate about whether you hit it or not. For example, a bad goal will sound like get in shape, while good goal will sound like lose 15 pounds and hit the gym 4 times per week for 12 weeks straight. Bad goal, make more money. Good goal will sound like this: land 3 new clients worth $5,000 each. Another example of bad goal: be more productive. It should be sip one piece of content every single day for the next 90 days. You must be thinking, why only one goal? Because when everything is a priority, nothing is a priority. And when nothing is a priority, you end up busy but not progressing. Phase 2 is all about reverse engineering. Now take that 90-day goal and work backward. If you need 3 clients worth $5,000 each in 90 days, That means you need to close one client roughly every 30 days. To close one client per month, you probably need 10 to 15 meetings per month. To get 10 to 15 meetings per month, you need to generate maybe 15 to 100 leads per month. To generate 50 to 100 leads per month, you need to show up where your ideal clients are every single day. See how quickly it gets specific when you work backward. Now we are not chasing some vague dream. You have a system, and system beats motivation every single time. The phase 3 is all about the weekly non-negotiable. I want you to sit down on every Sunday night and you define one thing that if you accomplish it this week makes the whole week a win. Not a list of 10 things, not stay productive crap, one specific measurable outcome. That's all. For me, when I was building my YouTube channel, my weekly non negotiable was either write a one video script or record one videos. That's it. Some weeks I did other stuff like related to my work. But if those two things went up or got done, the week was a win for me. And over a time, those weeks stacked into months. Those months stacked into quarters. And those quarters changed my entire trajectory and helped me build a system which I just need to follow. And slowly it became a habit. Let me tell you about the obsession mindset. Now, here's where people get scared when they hear the word obsession. They think I'm telling them to neglect their family, burn their self out, and lose their mind. That's not obsession, that's stupidity. Real obsession is doing for fun what other people call work. When you're obsessed with your 90-day target, you don't need discipline to work on it. You need discipline to stop working on it so you can sleep. You know you have found the right goal when thinking about it excites you. When you wake up and immediately you want to work on it. When other people call it a grind, but you call it Tuesday. If your goal does not make you feel that way, it's probably not your goal. It's probably someone else's goal that you have adopted because you thought you should want it. Find what makes you obsessed, then build the next 90 days around it. Let's talk about the lever 3, the cost filter. This lever is the one that separates people who transform from people who just try to transform. Because here's what nobody tells you: growth requires subtraction before addition. You cannot become the next version of yourself while carrying everything from your current version. Some things have to be left behind, and most people fail because they refuse to pay that cost. The cost filter works like this: everything and everyone in your life is either an investment or an expense. Investments compound over time. They make you better, stronger, clearer, wealthier, and healthier. While expenses, they drain you. They cost you your time, your energy, your money, your focus, or your self respect. And here's the brutal part: some of your favorite things are expenses. There are 3 cost audits. Let's talk about the first cost audit, the people filter. I want you to pull up your text messages right now. Look at the last 10 people you have texted with. For each person, ask yourself one question: do I like who I am when I'm around this person? Not Are they good person? Not have we been friends forever? Don't ask stupid things like that. Do you like who you are when you are with them? Because you cannot hang around with people who celebrate mediocrity and expect yourself to pursue excellence. You cannot spend your time with people who make excuses and expect yourself to take responsibility. You become the average of the five people you spend your most time with. So look at your five people and ask, is this the average I want? If not, you have a very uncomfortable decision to make, but you need to make. And yes, it will be painful. It will hurt some people in the process. But you know what's more painful? Looking back on 2026 and realizing you sacrificed your potential to avoid an uncomfortable conversation. The cost audit too is about the time filter. I want you to take a look at your calendar from last week. Highlight every block of time in one of these two colors. Green is for time spent on activities that move you toward your 90-day goals. The red is the time spent on everything else, whether it's your family, fun, entertainment, anything that is not related to the 90-day goals. If your calendar is not at least 50% green, you don't have a strategy problem. You have a priority problem. And here's the hard truth: scrolling social media for dopamine hits costs you your dreams. Binge watching shows cost you your goals. Saying yes to things you don't want to do costs you your time for the things you actually want to do. Everything costs something. Make sure you are paying for what you actually want. Let me tell you about the cost audit 3, the respect filter. This one is directly from my own experience. Any person, habit, or environment that makes you lose your self respect or respect for yourself is too expensive to keep in your life, period. If you are in a relationship where you have to shrink yourself to be accepted, leave immediately. If you are in a job where you compromise your value to keep a paycheck, start building an exit plan. If you have a habit that makes you wake up ashamed of yourself, today is the day you quit that habit. Because you cannot build a life you are proud of while doing the things that make you lose your respect for yourself. Self respect is not negotiable, it's the foundation everything else is built on. Because when you have self respect, you expect other people to respect you, and it automatically generates respect in other people's for you. So let me tell you about the replacement principle also, because it's related to self respect. Here's the thing that you have to know about subtraction: you cannot just remove things and leave empty space. Nature does not like vacuum. So when you cut out the toxic friends, join a community of ambitious people, because that will help you. When you delete the time wasting apps, fill that time with building up your skill, leveling up your knowledge. When you eliminate the habit that cost you self respect, replace it with a habit that builds self respect. You are not depriving yourself, you are upgrading yourself. I will now share the complete implementation system with you that you can use to implement the three levers that we just discussed. Now you know about all the three levers. You have your framework now, you have the system now. Here's how you can actually execute this starting tomorrow. the first 24 hours for you. Before you go to bed tonight, I want you to do this. You are going to do three things actually. First is write down your new identity statement. That would be one sentence only. It should take around 10 minutes max. It could be like, I am someone who dash 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 your new identity. Put it somewhere where you will see it in the first thing in the morning. It could be your phone wallpaper, or it could be your desktop wallpaper or laptop wallpaper. Anywhere you see it the first thing in the morning. Second is define your 90-day target, one specific measurable outcome. Write it down, put a date on it. It would be March 29, 2026. Third is identify one thing you are cutting out, one person, one habit or time waster that cost you your future. Decide right now how you are removing it from your life. Let me tell you how your first 7 days will look like. Your only job for the first week is to act on your new identity once per day, just once. If your new identity is I am someone who creates value every day, create one thing every day, whether it's a post, an email, a video, a product, anything. If it's I'm someone who protects their health, hit the gym once every day. Eat a clean meal, get a good night's sleep. Just one action per day. Why? Because you are not trying to be perfect here. You are trying to prove to yourself that you are serious about this. And here's the weekly check in I want you to do to know that you are progressing, you are moving in the right direction. Every Sunday night, I want you to sit and ask yourself these three questions. First, did I act like my new identity this week? Second, did I move closer to my 90-day target? Third, what's my one non-negotiable outcome for the next week? That's it. Not complicated, just pure tracking. No elaborate system, no wasting your time, just three questions. That's it. Now, the 90-day review will happen on March 29, 2026. You are going to sit down and look at who you have become. And if you followed this system, this framework, if you are really committed to these three levers, you won't recognize yourself. Not because you have achieved something massive external outcome, though you might have actually did, but because you will have proven to yourself that you are the type of person who says they are going to do something and then actually does it. And that changes everything. Look, I'm not going to lie to yourself and tell you this is easy. It's not. Changing your identity is uncomfortable. Staying obsessed for 90 days is hard. Cutting out people and habits that cost you your future hurts. But you know what's harder? Living the same year over and over again while calling it a life. Waking up on December 31st, 2026 and realizing you are still the same person you were today. Watching other people become who you know you could be while you stay stuck in the same patterns, making the same excuses, waiting for the right time that never comes. That's harder than any temporary discomfort this system will ask of you. So here's my question for you. Are you really going to let 2026 pass by the way 2025 did? Are you going to spend another 365 days scrolling, consuming, planning, waiting, and hoping things magically change? Or are you going to build a system that makes change inevitable? The choice is yours. It always has been. But I will tell you this, I am not wasting 2026. I am going to be obsessed. I am going to execute these three levers. And on December 31st, 2026, I'm going to look back and not recognize who I was today. The question is, will you be coming with me or will you be watching from the same place you are standing right now? This video ends here, but your transformation that starts the second you decide it does. Please make 2026 count. If this video resonated with you, do one favor. Don't just watch this and move on. Comment below with your 90-day target. Write it down. Make it public. Because the moment you declare it to the world is the moment you start becoming accountable to it. And if you want more systems like this, real actionable advices to build better businesses, better life, subscribe and turn on the notification because 2026 is going to be the year we will build something unstoppable. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. All the best.